This content is brought to you in association with my buddies over at Jam Jam Cards UK. You can find the links to the eBay store and the Facebook page in the description.
Hi guys, it's Joe here from Rufioh, back with the Locals Deck Profile. Been a little while since we did one of these, and this one looked quite fun. I actually lost to it today. I wasn't expecting it to do as well as it did, but you went undefeated?
Did I? Yeah, I did. 6-0.
Undefeated with water, lettuce, salad thing.
That's
Somehow new format seems to work. So we won't spend too much time talking about it. Well, outside of this, we'll get stuck into the profile now. Okay, take us away when you're ready.
No problem. So start off with 3 copies of Blue Tang, just standard Marincess lineup really. This is the best one you want a normal summon, you want to see it all the time. 3 Spring Girls, second burst, Seahorse, third burst. Pascalus is a good one you want to play multiples of because this recurs your spells and traps in the graveyard, which is great for the grind game. And then 1 Mandarin. I'm playing Mandarin over Sleepy Maiden because simply because Mandarin is one that you can normal summon, whereas Mandarin you can't. Oh, sorry, Maiden you can't. So it's a lot of time I found myself bricking on that card. So we're just testing it out without the deck, and I've liked it so far. I haven't missed a card at all.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that for the standard Marincess lineup. And then moving into the new version of the deck I'm playing is the Shark variant. So this variant of the deck is really cool because it gives you a lot more access to your Xyz line, which for me, playing this deck, you always want to end on at least Toad or Kragan or something like that. Just give you that extra bit of oomph.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's what that gets to. And even if Kashtira do something like they banish your Toad, these are just extenders at that point. And just like that. And then moving into hand trap lineup, it's 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Rock, 3 Mourner, and then 3 Imperm.
Yeah.
So
juicy.
We all run all the hand traps. You always want to open up at least 2 in your opening hand, going second, and then even just seeing them in your opening hand because the deck 1-card combos like there's no tomorrow. So even seeing something like a normal summonable Marincess and then like 4 of these in hand is just insane. And then that's 15 of those. Going into these spells, we play 3 copies of Mining to search out all your cards, and then for the Marincess cards, we played 1 dive. 2 dive and 1 battle ocean. So this is your reborn plus E-Telly for the deck. If you have the battle ocean, you can summon Marincess from deck instead of a graveyard, and this just makes all of your Marincess Link monsters big. That's all you need for that one. And then 2 desires. This is fun. So again, in Kashtira format, I may consider cutting this card, but all day this card's just been great for me, just digging into either board breaking cards or engine cards. Against a Sprite player today, I activated this card and then just ripped out unevenly, and that was just free.
Yep.
And then the actual best card in Yugioh. So whenever people read this card for the first time, they're like, hang on, why does this card exist? It's a imperm for the deck that you can search up one of the link monsters, but it also makes it so that all of your monsters that you currently control become unaffected. So the way the grind game works is you just want to recycle this card as much as possible, just keep negating, making your cards unaffected, and just basically having towers all throughout the game.
Yep.
And so that's it for the main deck part, 40 cards. We're just testing around with it right now, but I think that right now I like this build. And yeah, that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. We play 2 copies of Slug and 2 copies of Angel. These are your link ones that you want to play. This adds back ones from graveyard. This adds your spells. And then moving on to the other ones, we play 2 Anemone. This is your reborn for the deck and probably the best link monster because it reborns one from graveyard and then it also adds one back when it's sent to the graveyard from the field. So you can basically use this to re-loop either your extenders, your waves, just anything that you need really. Just really keeps you good in that grind game. And then the Splash Mage is just a good generic link one that you can make. And then for the link freeze, Triangle and Marbled Rock. So this card is actually insane. So not only does it pitch a water to add the Marincess wave to your hand, but also it has a really stupid graveyard effect where if your opponent controls a monster and you control none, you can basically banish it and soul charge water monsters, water link monsters from your graveyard, whose total link rating equal 3. So there have been multiple times where I've had nothing on board. You just go disengrave, summon back like an anemone and like a link one, and then you just play off from there, and it's absolutely insane.
Yep.
And then this is just adds back anything from the graveyards. Link 4's Argonaut, which deals spell and trap negate during your opponent's turn, and then Bubble Reef, which is basically just Yugioh for the deck, but better because you can pitch a Marincess from your hand to special summon a Marincess that is banished. So it's one of the grind game cards. And then the actual best card in the whole extra deck is Atlantis. So Atlantis is insane in this deck. So what it does is, the way it's worded is that because you are the one doing the banishing for its effect, because what it does in the field is it banishes every single monster on the field and then special summons them back to the field in either face down or face up defense. Because the way it's card worded, because it says you are the one doing the special summoning, basically your Link ones, your Coral Anemone, you can warlock yourself so easy in this deck that this card basically becomes a free board wipe. So you just slap this card on the field when your opponent doesn't expect it, use its effect, bring back all of your monsters, and then you just all your opponent's monsters stay banished, and you just kill them from there. And it has a really funny battle phase where it can pop cards on the field up to the number of co-linked monsters on the field. So this card is utterly insane. I've won too many games off the back of this card. And then for Xyz, Toad package, and then Kragan. So going first, you want to end on Toad, Argonaut, and Wave is the best, probably the best board you can end up with this deck. And then Kragan is really cool because it makes everything on the field a water, and then you can, during your main phase, pop a water monster on the field, including your opponent's monsters, and then burn them for half of that attack. So a lot of the days, like 3 times today, it was funny, I nipped my opponent, gave them a massive token, and then just summoned Kragan. Kragan popped the token and burned them for like half their life points. It's actually stupid. And then yeah, that's it for the Xyz lineup. That's it for the entirety of the extra deck. And then moving into the side deck, playing 3 copies of Evenly because it's just the best, one of the best removal cards in the current format. Good against Cash, good against Labyrinth, good against Branded. And then going into Goes and Match, this is my main going first siding card. So this card just against Kashtira is really great, and it's just great in any other deck that relies on different attributes. I played against like 3 Sword Salt today, and this card just came clean every single game. And then also it pairs really funny with Kragan, because Kragan makes everything on the field a water. If you have this on the field along with this, and your opponent summons a monster, because it makes it a water, you flip this, and they can't summon anything else other than water. Yep. So it's just like very funny. And then we are playing 3 Eclipse, just another good card against Kashtira, and so you want to build your deck for building against Kashtira. And then back row cards, Cosmic Harpies. I just wanted to have some generic back row removal in this deck. So these are just good against stuff like Labyrinth and all that. And then the last card, this didn't come up for me today at all, but 3 Contact C. This card's really good against Kashtira because you wait for them to go something like Shangri-Era, and you just slap this card down on the board and like, cool, nice Arise Heart, nice friggin' everything. And then against Branded as well, this is really funny as well. And then yeah, that's it for the side deck, and that's it for the entirety of the deck profile.
Okay, so any shout-outs before we go?
So shout-outs Manascrew, the best locals in the whole of Northampton. Shout-out Rufioh for giving me this platform to show off this cool deck for you guys. Shout-outs to everyone who tested this deck with me. And yeah, just shout-outs to the Northampton scene in general.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much for taking time to the profile. I really appreciate it. No, congratulations on absolutely smashing it today.
Thank you very much.
Always good to see. Guys, if you're looking to pick up any Yu-Gi-Oh singles, check out the channel sponsors, Jam Jam Cards UK. Link in the description. Use code Rufioh15 for 15% off. Thank you very much for coming along. Hopefully you've enjoyed it enough to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
See you in a bit.